Do you wanna be the very best, like no one ever was? Down. Getting your gains, cause you're on test. To keep them is your cause. Pokemon. That's not what we're talking about today. What we're gonna talk about today is people who wanna start training, you know, training for beginners, not fucking Pokemon. Okay, so here we go. Dun. Okay, so, you know, this is for people who, you know, are quite young maybe, but for any age. You know, for, you know, someone who's fresh out of school and wants to start going to the gym, but even someone who's in their 30s, 40s, 50s and even fucking 60s, there's no age. You know what I mean? If you feel physically fit, then why the hell not? You can always train. Okay, so the most important thing what people need to realise is, you know, you need to build yourself a foundation. Now, you can build a house in a week. It can be done. But you can build a house in a week by taking shortcuts. You take shortcuts by building this house, there's no foundation. So what happens? You know, you're minding your own business, you're banging your girlfriend in the shower, boom, and then the walls break down and suddenly your neighbours see your penis. That's never good. So we want to build a correct foundation, a strong, solid foundation. You know, so we need to start with the basics, and it's very important to go back to the basics, which is deadlift, squat, bench press. You know, they're the most simplest movements, but people still fuck them up. You know, so what you need to do is go onto the internet, and there's a website which is very, very good for you. What's it called? Oh, YouTube. Go onto YouTube and you know, type in the 3 main movements and learn how to do this properly. Now, I see a lot of people who are deadlifting and they are arch over like the hunchback and arch your fucking arm. You know what I mean? If you've got back issues, you know, fair enough. But most of these people haven't. But they're gonna if they carry on. Okay, so most important thing is to do this shit fucking correctly. Buy a camera. Every single person has a mobile phone these days, and guess what's on your mobile phone? There's a fucking camera. It isn't just for taking selfies. I know, that's fucking crazy, you know. Yeah, okay, so film yourself, video yourself, get someone to do it from different angles. Make sure your form is correct, make sure you're putting that bar with correct posture and not fucking your back up. A lot of people will say to me, yeah man, I deadlifted, but now I've got a bad back and I haven't done it for 8 months. Well, you're obviously doing something wrong, because deadlift isn't designed to fuck your back up, it's designed to strengthen your back. The same as squatting. Now, I'm seeing people who get under a bar and they're trying to squat, and literally, they're going like, I can't really see here, they're going like over their knees, which is fucking awful, man. Like, take your trainers off. Like, okay, squatting in barefoot isn't always the most optimal way, but squatting in barefoot is a hell of a lot better than you than squatting in fucking trainers what are designed for running, because the heel is squidgy, and when you've got a squidgy heel, you're going to put a lot of pressure on your ankle. You know, what isn't going to be good. That's going to translate to pain in your hip, pain in your knee, and it can even translate to pain in your shoulder, believe it or not. Okay, so take a big step back, work on the negative in a squat. And then work down really slow, and again, get your buddy not to take selfies of you, but to film you do this. Once you have the video, you can then watch back and compare to other videos on YouTube. Now, the same as the bench press. I see a lot of guys getting under the bar on a bench press, and they're like this, boom. Like, no, a bench press needs to be brought down to just under your chest. This is the safest way to do it. Now, by doing this, you know, you're taking off pressure off your shoulders. Now, I do more powerlifting, you know, I do bodybuilding as well, but it's very important. I think a powerlifting bench press is more safer, and you're going to build some serious strength, which is going to translate into your other lifts. But building a big chest, that isn't from the bench press. Building a big chest is your accessory work. So obviously, like your dumbbell work, you know, your incline work, and everything else. The bench press is a more power movement. So you want to make sure, if you want to lift a lot of weight in the bench press, you know, it needs to start from your feet. Now, I see a lot of guys who get on the bench press and, you know, they've got their feet on the floor, they take the weight off, and they start dancing. It's like their feet start moving, and it's like they're out on a Friday night. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, your feet need to be stuck to the fucking floor. Dig your feet into the floor. Now, your arse needs to be on the bench, but you need to bring your shoulders back and create a little curve in your spine. You know, this creates like a little bridge, so therefore your shoulders are pinned back, you're in a very tight position. When you grab the bar, you need to grab it as tight as you can and kind of like twist a little bit.
So when your bar comes out, you've engaged all of your muscles. You've engaged your shoulders, you've engaged your back, you've engaged your chest muscles, you've engaged your leg muscles, and your core. Squeeze your core, bring the bar down. The bar must touch, always touch. Boom, and then come back up. You know, this is basics, and people are not doing the basics correct. You know, they always want to know, oh, you know, what supplements should I take? It's like, well, you shouldn't take any fucking supplements, because most of them, 95% of the supplements are all horse shit. Trust me, they're all fucking bullshit. Most important thing is eating the right food, and especially if you're young. Like, I was the same. When I was young, I would spend £100 on supplements, and I have no money for fucking food. But I didn't care, because I had the best protein, what Jay Cutler was using, so, you know, life was perfect, because I was taking what he was taking, not taking. So nutrition is the most important thing. You can get fucking strong by eating shit, by eating fast food, and you can, you know what I mean, you can get to a certain stage, but you can only get to a certain stage, you know, boom, and then you're going to start hitting walls. That's why working on your nutrition is going to help you get over plateaus. It's going to help you to push forward, help you to go longer in the gym and everything else. So don't worry about supplements, just worry about food and getting the nutrition into your body. You know, a steak and an avocado is going to be better for you than any fucking protein powder you can buy on the market. Any creatine, any BCAAs, have a good clean diet. You know, and that's the most important thing. Like, if you have a car and you don't put oil into your car, what's going to happen? You're going to get a horrible smell, and then the engine's going to bang, it's going to explode. And you're going to have to flintstone that motherfucker, you know what I mean? But you're not going to be able to flintstone it properly, because you've not been training properly, and you've got no strength in your legs. So, you know, it's a lose-lose situation. You know, so if you at least training properly, you might be able to flintstone that motherfucker, but the chances are you can't, because you don't train legs. So the basics, let's get back to this. Squat, bench, deadlift. They're your three main movements. Okay, so on a Monday, hit your bench press. Okay, now after you've done your bench press, now hit some, you know, hypertrophy work. So if you're building strength, you know, on the bench press, you don't want to go too crazy on the reps, but you want to keep, you know, a nice good weight going. And after you've done this, and then move on to your, you know, your more shaping movements. You know, but don't try and kill yourself, and don't lift with your ego. Make sure you practice proper form. Like, even when you're doing a bicep curl, I've seen guys, their back is fucking bringing their feet into it. Like, you're meant to be like working your biceps, but you're obviously not. You're working everything else, even your arsehole probably. I don't fucking know. So that's the most important thing. Back to basics. That's what I want to preach. You know what I mean? Basics, basics, basics. And I've seen guys who've been coming back and forward to the gym for years, and they still can't do it. They're still a fucking mess. I see people doing one-arm rows with pull-in straps, and they're yanking. Look, personally, if you want to use pull-in straps, whatever. I don't use them, you know, but I don't use them because I want to build grip strength. You know, I want to have strong hands. You know, so when I'm jacking it, you know, pull my dick off, and I don't want to do that because it's going to fucking hurt. But you know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to have a man grip, you know? So when you're doing one-arm rows, try to do these properly as well. Slow and contract. They're one of the best movements for building a strong back. You know, one-arm rows, really contract, really pull the weight back, really squeeze it, everything else. You know, that's good to do. So if you're going to do a back workout, it's hit some deadlifts. So after your deadlift, go over and hit some one-arm rows. You know, now you've nailed your one-arm rows, your back's pretty jacked, now hit some lat pull-downs. You know, that's all you need to do in the beginning. You don't need to overcomplicate anything. You know, we're doing your legs. Warm your legs up. It's very important to warm your legs up. You know, maybe hit a hamstring machine and a leg extension machine. Not heavy, just some nice contraction, some nice low reps. Get under the bar and then squat. You know, maybe do 8 sets of 5 reps on squats, you know, but make sure every single one of them reps is as good as the first rep you do on the first set. You know, you want to really pay attention to your knees, make sure you've got no knee collapsion. You know, your knees ain't coming in. You know, you need to make sure everything is done properly. You know, same as the bench press as well. You know, you don't need to kill yourself every single time you're going to the gym. You need to make sure you're doing things properly. And the thing is, as well, is you do not grow in the gym. You do not do any growing. You do not get stronger in a gym. You get stronger by rest and recovery. So if you're going to the gym and then you're going out every single weekend and you're nailing as much fucking alcohol as you can and you're getting fucked up, you ain't gonna recover. You know, you ain't gonna recover. You are just setting yourself up for a world of fucking hurt. You know, you can burn the candle at both ends for so long, but soon that end will meet and boom, it's gonna explode and you're gonna be fucked up. You know? So keep it basic, look after your body and pay attention to your body. If you wanna take this shit seriously, I'd advise if you're gonna go out on a night out with your friends, if you're gonna have a beer, have a glass of water in between. You know, just try and limit it and make sure the next day you're up at a good time and you're forcing some food down you. Because obviously the most important thing for recovery is nutrition, is eating. If you're not eating a sufficient amount of calories, your body will not recover. You know, when you're in the gym, you're breaking down little fibres. You're breaking down these fibres and these fibres need to recover. If you're not sleeping enough hours and if you're not eating enough food, you know, your body isn't going to recover. It really isn't going to recover. So that's I don't know, I think I've gone off track a little bit. I always fucking do on these videos. So that's my advice for beginners. Yeah, done. Enjoy, get your gains and be the very best, and yeah, everything else, done.